The city of Surat has a glorious history dating back to 300 BC and owes its name to the old Hindu town Suryapur. During the 15th century, the city of Surat emerged as an important port town and a trade center. The city was at the height of prosperity till the rise of Bombay port in 19th century. While there was a downslide in Surat's economy since 1901, the foundations for growth in the city was laid again in 1960s with the expansion of diamond trade, the gradual shift in economic base into zari and textile, that is power looms, and the intensification of big oil and gas exploration activities. Surat, the diamond capital of India, is one of the most vibrant cities in the country. On demographic parameters, it is ahead of Ahmedabad. Surat is also one of the most literate districts in the state of Gujarat with a literacy rate of around 85.53%. Today, Surat is known for many traditional textile manufacturing industries, trade, diamond cutting and polishing industry, intricate zari work, chemical industries, and the gas-based industries at Hazira established by leading industry houses such as ONGC, Reliance, Essar, Shell, etc. to name a few. Along with being a blooming industrial hub, Surat is also well versed in its commercial upfront. Currently, much of the industrial development is located within the limits of the city. Surat has truly become an industrial city with over 50% workforce immersed in manufacturing activities. The city also has one of the highest GDP rates in the country. This has always attracted a fair number of migrants in the city and has shown tremendous growth over past few decades. This has only been effectively established because Surat is very well connected to other parts of the country through all modes of transportation, be it air, water or land. Let's have a brief overview of all of them. Starting with the air, Surat has a domestic airport connecting to all the major cities in the country as shown in the map. It is also under being expanded as an international airport to increase connectivity of the city to the other parts of the world. By the means of water, there is a port in Hazira, and ships, rather heavy cargo ships, are usually used by Hazira-based industries such as Reliance, Essar, L&T, Kripco, etc. By the means of road, it is again efficiently connected to different parts of the country by different modes. As railway, it is one of the busiest and one of the most revenue-generating stations in the Western Railways. It connects to many stations of short and long distances. It also caters a variety of passenger trains ranging from locals that stop on all the stations to some of the most superfast express trains in the country. Whereas, by the means of roadway, it is connected to many urban centers in the state. It has National Highway 8 and National Highway 6 running along and within the city, of which National Highway 8 corridor is one of the most industrially developed area in the country, and Surat is one of the most industrially active cities that connect to it. The city is also a part of dedicated freight corridor for Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, that is DMIC. Hence, it is strategically well connected to major parts of the country, allowing the city to become one of the next big industrial centers, attracting more migrants, and the city is on a constant growth due to the same since last few decades and is predicted to grow faster than before in the upcoming years. These growing population will need supported infrastructure from residential, commercial, educational, recreational and even social infrastructure to cater everyday survival and needs. Surat is governed by two bodies, namely Surat Municipal Corporation, that is SMC, and its parent authority named SUDA, that is Surat Urban Development Authority. These governing bodies have always tried to maintain Surat at its best and have kept the city green, clean and healthy and well planned for maintaining the quality of life. They have again took up the challenge of maintaining and rather improving the quality of life and the city standards by preparing for the predicted migration and industrial bust by extending the Suda boundary and incorporating 97 new villages under its direct jurisdiction. And 850 hectares of area would be available for development in the proposed development plan of 2035. Surat has a proposal for many interesting development projects of the city upliftment and infrastructural boost within planned urban insert and development projects along with new facelift projects to make the city a true smart city and keep functioning smoothly in future as well. Few such development projects include providing 5.4 FSI along the DFC highway to allow skyscrapers and massive development, seafront development, metro rail development within the city, cleaning the river Tapi known as Tapi Shuddhikaran project, airport extension project to convert the domestic airport into an international one, proposed barrage dam on the river Tapi, biodiversity projects, maintaining every single form of water body in the city, increasing recreational zones, proposing a 120-meter wide road around the city in the new Suda areas, and last but not the least, the Dream City. There is a separate authority put together to specifically deal with development of Dream City near Khajod, namely KHUDA, that is Khajod Urban Development Authority. A similar body is put together for Hazira area as well, as the area has most volatile movements in the city and is going to house maximum industries. This authority is named HADA, that is Hazira Area Development Authority. Efforts are also made to make a metropolitan planning committee which will be made in all four metropolitan areas of Gujarat, namely Ahmedabad, Surat, Vadodara and Rajkot, for integrated development of infrastructure and conservation. So, to sum it up, Surat is on its way to grow faster than it has ever been, emerging as a metro city and an important industrial power in the country, attracting many migrants for work, education and lifestyle preferences. And the governing authorities of the city have already studied the growth pattern and proposed a new development plan for 2035 incorporating all the necessary infrastructural needs. In the next video, we will see development plan for 2004 and understand its role in shaping the proposal of development plan 2035 in detail with the statistical data.